Hello everyone, this is my 18th video where I review the Lightship box for the Resistance. I sourced this from the Dreadhold, but it is exactly the same sprue. You will get some bases and then you will get those ships on here. Those are two Munifexes, two Zenecas. This is the part for the telescope. And here's the second part, and this is the, I think, destroyer. I don't, Newton destroyer, I think. Then you get this for the pocket carrier and the cutter carrier part, cutter part, and then you get the colonizer ship. I forgot its name. One variant is the Aldrin, and there's a carrier variant, and then the colonizer variant with the dome, and there's the mining variant where you can delete some debris fields, I think, debris fields. So I'm going to build this, and I'll be back with some more information, maybe on how to magnetize some things. Yeah, so be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back after building the kit, and a few things I have to say. So on this kit in particular, the mode lines were harsh. They go around the whole model on the side, and you still can see like a leftover plastic stress because I had to really scrape to get rid of the mold line, but else the model looks quite good. Those are the Munifexes, the Zeneca. One thing, there is, like with the UCM ships and pretty much every new plastic ship, there is this indent where the flight pack goes. It's not a hole, it's a, I don't know, half circle, and as you can see, basically there's detail missing because of it. It's not as noticeable on the UCM ships, but I think on the Seneca it is very noticeable because there's a line here and it goes whoop up and down back again. Also the mold line was egregious on those ones as well, but the model itself looks good and I do like it. Small little transports that blow up. Then we have the Newton. I built a Newton. You could easily magnetize this. There's a pack in here. You can cut off this pack, magnetize, put a magnet in here, put a magnet in here, and click it on. And the same with the lens. So it is easily magnetizable. I didn't do it because I'm going to use it for the Dreadfleet. Dreadhold, I mean. And yeah, so I built a Newton. Then we go to the pocket carrier. There are there's a second variant of this where it has guns in the front. It's a pocket corvette or something. And one thing I noticed, so this part, when it goes on, it is not straight. You have to cut it straight so it will be straight, or it will just bend down slightly. And it is very noticeable if you have this configuration. There are different configurations. It's all rotatable, and this is also magnetizable. You put a magnet in here and a magnet on the front bit and then click it on. So I opted for this configuration, so the pack goes in here and it looks like this. What I do not like is, as with the Zenecas, on here there is this part where the flying pack could also go, and there's a bit that goes on here if it goes up sideways like this vertically, so it has a filler basically here. But if you use the flat configuration, you don't have that. You could put it on, but I don't want to. And yeah, so that's a thing. And then we got the Aldrin. This is the Aldrin, I think. It's the Colonizer ship. This can be magnetized, but it is a little bit complicated. So there are different bridges, and all of them would need to be magnetized. Then there is the flight deck that just goes on here. You can just click it on here, and if you bump the model, it will fall off, but doesn't need to be magnetized. And then there's this bottom part. There's a peg on this bottom part that goes into the flight stem hole. And if you have the carrier, the flight stem would go in there. So if you have the widget that goes in here, you can't put this on. So you would need to magnetize the base, which is kind of complicated, but you could also magnetize this part around here, have the peg hole left open, and click it on, and then have the peg here, and you can remove this and then have the flight peg go in here without a widget. And there's this front part for the other variant, which you would magnetize around here, which leaves a little bit of a magnet looking out here, but you can make it flush, and it's fine. But honestly, it is so complicated to magnetize this, I wouldn't bother. Just build the variant you want, and you're fine. Have a nice day. Bye!